Hello and welcome to Buttero Boutique. I am Doretha. Oops, sorry for the shaking. And yes, I am here to add a second signature. I've already added one signature to the journal cover that I finished, that I was working on. And I went ahead and added one signature to it, and I'm going to show you how I cut the papers down and folded some of them to fit in to make this signature. I have 5 more signatures to go for this particular journal that I am creating for myself. Okay, these are the papers that I've chosen. I have a coffee filter that when I first started jelly printing, I jelly printed on one side of it. Then I have an old book where I kept record of my patterns. Instead of throwing those patterns away, I just kept those notes and tore the paper out of it's a grid book. So in case I want to draw some type of design or just, so I saved those. I got that. Then I have a cover sheet for each signature. Got that. Then I have just a plain sheet of paper, and I just have to decide what order I want them to go on. Do I want to put that first? Do I want to put that next to that? You know, that type of thing. Here's another piece of that grid paper that's already been written on because I tore it out of my, I'm recycling, I recycled one of my old books that I kept notes in. So I'll stick that in here. I'm not going to put it right next to the other one. And then this is a customer receipt. This is an activity book. It's a piece of a map that came out of the 50 Maps of the World activity books. So this is a piece of a map. Definitely going to put that in about right there, perhaps. And then I have a coloring sheet that I would like to go in. These are some other little guest checks and stuff that I'll just keep as stuffers. Sometimes I put them in here and just sew them into the signature, but this time I'm gonna keep for this particular journal to the side. I'm not gonna sew a piece that small in. It's just something I'll stick into the pocket or something. This is a dictionary page that I folded this way, so I'll stick that in there. Then we have a legal pad, canary yellow. I folded it the long way as well. Just because I have them folded this way now, it doesn't mean that I'm going to keep them this way. This came from a book, inspiration book, motivation book, like a, let me see, let me get the right word together. It's like a journal prompt book. And it has different questions that it asks you about, for instance, what, write the intro to your own mystery novel. You know, things like that. And then on this side it says, besides your looks, what could you use a makeover in? So, you know, just stuff for you to just be creative and write. That's the writing process. Well, look like I've already kind of stacked these the way I kind of wanted them, some of them. So, and then we have just a regular composition book, printer paper, another legal pad. Okay. Then we have some coffee stain paper. And what's this? Oh, this is a card. I just had some leftover cards, and I said I was going to use that in my journal signatures. So let me see. Let me put this. If I was going to use this as a journal signature, Let me take that out for now. And just remember, I'll be writing, drawing, just being creative. It's going to be my creative craft journal. I may stick this in the middle somewhere. Let me see. I might stick it in there. Here's another coloring sheet. I don't want to put it right next to the other coloring sheet, so let's stick it right there. It's upside down. If it goes in upside down, it's no big deal. You know, it's a junk journal. And then here's a plain envelope. I'll stick that in there. This is a sheet, another copy from G Mama Grows envelope that she sent me a prize in. And I copied the envelope because I liked it. And then we have some grid paper. And here's some pattern paper, some type of animal print. I think I'm going to stick that in here as well. Or I could cut it and use it as a pocket or something. Because look at that. It has the little animal feet going across. I think I'm going to save that. I might use that as a pocket or something. Okay. Now, let's see what we got. We got this flipping out. We have this upside down. Turn it the right way. Then we have that paper. Have that paper. Now this one is a flip out. Then we have this one that says notes. Plain. Everything seems to be turned the correct way. And when I'm looking through it, there's an activity book. That's kind of thick. I like that though. And I don't like, okay, wait a minute. I don't like these being so close together. Did I have a grid paper back here? Let me take this one out. Yeah, I do have one right there. But it's not the same as this. 2, 3. Okay, these are kind of plain. Let me stick one of these between here. Okay. It's a lot of line paper back to back to back. It's a lot of line paper right there. That grid paper. Let me move this sheet in here. So when I'm looking through here, I don't like those three together for some reason. It's not. What if I put this in between here? Just moving that one piece of paper to me made it a little bit more interesting for me to look at. Okay, so I think I want this one to go like that. So what I need to do, oh, I like that. That is so pretty. But I want to use it as a stuffer or embellishment or a tag or something for this. Okay, so now what I need to do, since I know that all my signatures fit perfectly, I want to cut the papers or fold the papers so that they'll fit as well. Okay, so let's start with the height. Okay, so this first paper is this one. And it's long, too long. So all I would have to do is either cut it off if I wanted to. I could cut it, or I could just fold it up. So that it'll be about, near the same height. And then I could close it up. Okay. Let me move this out the way. This is just standing up there looking at me. Okay, taking up space. So now, I got this piece. And it has pockets. All I have to do is glue those sides together. Manpower, mangle, manipulate, manipulative. I think I'll keep all those. I don't know. I'll see what happens when I start decorating. So that's the next page that I have in there. It fits perfectly inside. They don't have to fit perfectly inside, but you know, it makes for a neater book. I like shabby. I like stuff hanging out. Let's see how this one fit. Perfectly. So it goes in next. Okay. And this one's next. See what I need to do to that. It's just a little piece that's kind of tall. And I think for this piece, I'll just cut it. So how would I cut it? Would I use my slicer and cut it? I could. Could use my slicer and cut it. Or I could mark where I want it cut and then just cut it. Either with some decorative scissors or with my slicer. It doesn't matter. But I'll just cut straight across with these pinkish shears. Okay. Yep, that's the way that looks, and I like it. I'll save this piece because I may need it for decoration. Next, we have a piece of coffee dye printer paper. Looks fine to me. So let's just go ahead and stick it in. I'll arrange it later because I don't think I'm gonna like the way those two come together like that. Then we got this sheet of note paper. It's just too tall. It's that much too tall. So when I open it up, it needs to be trimmed across the top anyway. But I just wonder if I just fold it up the bottom where it says notes. Fold it up a little bit. Close it. That will give me this piece. Okay, and now all I need to do is a little small trim across the top just to make it neat. Oh, come on. There you go. And I'll stick it inside of there. So far, so good. This is so small, I'll just throw it away. Okay, next. Next we have this little sheet, and it'll fit inside with no problem. I'll just stick it in there. Then we have this sheet. Let's see what it does. See how it fits. Okay, it's a little bit wide over here. It's a little bit tall up there. So there's no problem. All I do is cut right there and cut down there. So for this one, I'm going to use my paper trimmer and cut right on that little line. Cut one of these lines off. If I can get it straight, hold on. Okay, I think I'm on the line. So I'll just slice that off. And then I'll go to the top and slice off something up here. And it makes it easier because there are lines on the paper. Throw these away, they're too small to even use. And so now I will stick this inside. Okay. If I see something now as I go, and I feel like I want to rearrange something, I could do it as I go, or I could wait to the end. And that's not to say it's marked in stone if I do that. Okay, now let's go to the next piece. And you'll have to do this with each piece of paper to make it fit the way that you want it to fit. This one is a bit tall, and it's a little wide, but that's not too bad because it's going to be a trifold, I believe. Let's see. Yep, it's a trifold piece. So I just need to cut off the top of that. It'll be fine. I'm just going to slice the top off with this. It's much quicker. Or if I wanted a design element, I could use my pinky shears for the design element, okay? I just wanted it to be, you know, since I already cut one with these, I can just cut another one. Okay, and I'll stick that on the inside. I still may have to adjust some of these later, but right now, I'm just kind of giving a general idea of how they're gonna fit. And this will be a bit wide, but I can refold it later. Okay, so let me put this clamp on here just to give myself some. Okay, now we got this sheet. It's gonna fit perfectly. I just need to trim off a little piece. I just need to trim off. I think I'm gonna trim off the bottom piece. Let me see. That's actually enough to turn up to make a nice little pocket if I wanted to. If I wanted to do such a thing. I think I'm just gonna cut it off. Okay. Cut that off and stick it in. Okay. And you notice they're not all the same height. They're not all the same width. Doesn't matter. Okay. Here's another sheet. The last one I folded like this. I think I'm gonna let this one go this way. And I would have to fold this in. And then I would have to fold this. Okay, fits perfectly in there. Even though it'll be laying to the side, still fits perfectly. Now I can have it flap out this way, or I can have it flap out that way. And I think I'll have it flap out that way. I think. Okay. Looking good so far, so good. That sun is really beaming in. Whew. Okay, so let's go to the next sheet and try to go. Maybe if I could cut a couple at a time. But I better stick to what I'm doing. Okay, I would need to cut it off that much. I'm just going to fold it up now just in case I come back and want to do something else with it. Just in case I came back and wanted to do something else with it, I'm just going to fold this piece up. I'm cutting every little bitty piece. gives me an option either to cut it or fold it. Okay, then I have this sheet, and the last one I folded it the long way. So this one I'm going this way with it. Okay, we're gonna put that in there. Then we got this big activity book. I think I'm gonna fold it this way. "50 Maps Activity." 50 Maps Activity. And I don't want to flap on this. Now what I'm gonna do, this one is, I'm just gonna take a little piece off the bottom. Yeah, I'm not even trying to get sloppy with this. I'm just trying to go fast. I think I'm getting a little anxious, so I know when I start getting anxious, I start getting careless, and it's time for me to quit and take a break. It's time to quit and take a break, because that's when I start making little silly mistakes. Little silly mistakes, that's right. I said it. I start to make little silly mistakes. Okay. Okay, that's gonna fit in there nicely. But then it needs to be, it's gonna get too long this way. But I don't want to cut there. Okay. So then I got this piece. Ooh, no. I don't want to cut it, so I'm going to fold it. I don't want to cut that either, so I'm just going to fold a little piece of that up. Okay, then I'm going to put this in here, like this. Oh, got a few more sheets to go. Oh, gosh. Anxiety is rolling on the river. It's rolling on the river. Ooh, 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 ooh. My anxiety is rolling on the Mississippi River right now. I'm going to fold this piece up, too, to keep from having to cut it. Because I don't want to keep cutting stuff when I'm not feeling the vibe. Okay, this is another coloring sheet. It's going in here. Then we have this sheet is going there, and this sheet is going there. This sheet is going here, and this envelope is going here. So, as you can see, I have a couple of pieces that's still too tall, and I have a couple of pieces sticking out a little too far. So let's deal with the height of these sheets right here. These are the last ones that I just threw in there. You can't do that. So what I'm going to do with these sheets is fold this one up to make it fit as far as height is concerned. Okay. And then for this one, I'm going to trim it all the way around to make it kind of square. I'm going to trim it. I'm going to trim it this way. Okay. Might be a little small. And then I'm going to, you know what, with this other side, I'm just going to fold it up and make a pocket. You never can have too many pockets. You never can have too many pockets. Okay, so that's what I'm doing for that piece. I almost folded it too short, didn't I? let me see. That's the beauty. I haven't cut it yet. I just folded it. And for this piece that's standing up so very tall, I'm going to take it out and actually trim the top off of it. Yep. Actually trim. It has a pattern on here for a sweater sleeve. Ooh. I don't know if I want to throw that away or not. Let me trim off this other end. Because evidently, if I took time to write that down, that means that I have worked out the kinks that work for me. Perfect. I've worked out the kinks that works for me. Okay, now let me see what I got. Okay, so this is what it looks like. There are a few sheets sticking over. And what is it? It's that card right there. And it's a couple of other little pieces of paper that I can trim later. Okay, so here we have it. This is what we have. Let me take one more look. Take one more look. And see how it's going to be peeking outside of this book. And put it in there like that. It's going to look very nice. It's going to have a little overhang there, but I could trim it or fold it. I can do either one. But I'm not ready to really commit to that right now. So that's my second signature. Let's get ready to sew it in. Get these little pieces, the ones that I'll be using and the ones that I won't. Put them over here. The ones I don't use, I'll throw in the garbage. Okay. Now, okay. Now, I don't know why I keep standing that back up like this. Just good for candy. Okay, so now, let's see. Okay, I got these because I'm gonna need them. Okay, I'm gonna need these paper clips. So when I arrange it in here the way I want it to just stay like that. I'm gonna go ahead and this is hanging out too far. So what I'm gonna do is just go ahead and trim that. I'm gonna trim it with these scissors right on that line, or as close as I can get to the line. I don't like the way I'm having to handle this situation. Okay, now let's put this back in here, right there. Okay, and we're going to put this one up this way. And this one is down that way. Okay. And I like the way the rest of this is looking. It doesn't have to be perfection. I can always fold it or trim it later to my satisfaction. Whatever I feel like I want to go in there. Very good. That's very nice. I feel like I need some more plain printer paper. I feel like I want some more of that in there. But we're not going to worry about it. We're just going to go with this. And like I said, they won't all have the same amount of papers, pages, just whatever you want. If you want them all the same, make them all the same. But as for me, in my journal that I'm making right now, as for me in this particular journal, we would just go with what we got because I need to call it a day on this because I'm really getting tired. I need to call it a day on this one. I put one signature in today and I'm going to put this second one in. I'm being ambitious. I'm being ambitious. I'm not set up to be that ambitious. Okay. Now let me go in from this side. I need to get some more of these right here, these big ones. I like the way they hold. I like the way that feels nice and tight. And so now I need to come back down on this side with something nice and tight. And all I have are the paper clips. And I didn't think about using these paper clips before I saw Queen using them. That's by Queen. I'm always copying off. Okay, so this is the way I want it to go into my journal cover. This is my second signature going in. I'll come over here and I need to mark the holes. Try to get them in the same place as those. This is the way I do mine because I need that visual, tactile, this is where I want it to be type thing going on. Yeah, that's what I got going on. Okay, so I got one there. I got one there. And I got one there. Alright. Now, my holes are already punched there. That's what I measured it from. And so now I need to punch my holes here. Now, the last time when I punched, I went from the outside in and it threw my hole on this inside signature off. So I don't know if this is going to work, but I'm going to try to come in from this side right here. And how would I do that? She'll come in here and just kind of guesstimate, I guess. I don't know if this is going to be the right thing to do. Oh, that hurts. That's not going to work for me. So I'm going to get the big book up here again. Get the big book up here, just like I did before. And I'm just going to push it through like that. Okay. See what it looked like on the other side. Hey, I did much better than before. Let's try that again. Got the big book here. And I'm going to stick it in. Well, that's okay. It kind of went to the side a little bit. I think that was trying to push too fast. Okay, and then I got my last hole right here. I'm gonna push it through like so. And it went a little crooked. It's okay. It's okay. Okay, so now what I'm doing is being a hoarder. Stop being a hoarder. So now, remove the deep book. Slow my breathing down to know that I'm not in a hurry. You're not in a hurry. Take your time. Get it together. Now bring your book over here. Talking my way through this thing today. I believe I'm going from the back to the front of my book, so it will go into the next set of holes that I have punched here. Uh-oh, sorry. Keep hitting the production. You keep hitting the camera. Okay, so go down a little bit. Okay, so this is where I want it. This is where I want it to be. So I need to hold it to my book. That's what I need. Oh, I got some more of these. I got some clips somewhere. Okay, I just need to hold it so it'll give me some stability. Okay, one more knitting would be great. So I just got to figure out. Okay, we got one right here on my little travel. There you go. Okay, so now I got my needle. And dust flying from there. Let me throw that away. And I got my baker's twine. I'm gonna use the same type that I used before. Wouldn't it be cute if I had different ones? I'm gonna get a measure of twine, maybe 3 lengths, and we already saw that that was way too much, but I'd rather have too much than not enough until I get really used to you know how much it's gonna take me. Yeah. Okay, so here we go. We're gonna thread this needle with the big eye. Okay. Thread the needle with the big eye. And I just use one. I just use, I don't sew my book up with 2 legs. I just, on my 1 strand, whatever you want to say. Another one of these little baby wipes because, yeah. Okay, so now I'm going to go in and I start on the inside when I sew mine up. And it doesn't matter if I turn the book upside down or right side up. It really doesn't matter. But I want to make sure that I go into that next set of holes that I have punched so that I can see it. I'm going to turn it upside down. And I'm going to punch in through approximately where I had the hole. And down into the cover. And out through the back. And then I always need some help gripping and pulling. So I just use some little pliers. And then leave a little piece hanging. I just clamp that on there just to remind me. Because I'll start pulling and pull the whole thing out. Okay, so that's that. I went in, and now I'm going to go to the bottom and come back up through. And I know that's the bottom because I put some pink and sheer cuts at the top. That came through really nice and easy. And I'll just continue to pull it right through. Okay. I'm not tightening it up yet. So now I'm going to come over to the top. Skip over the middle and go to the top. and go through my hole, and then go through the go through the top hole, then go through the cover. Okay, and pull it through. Okay, I'm on one side of the hole, and so when I come back up, I'm gonna go through. Go through the cover. I keep saying uh-oh. Y'all don't know why. And neither do I. But I'm going to go back through this hole. I'm saying that because I need to be careful not to snag my thread. Be careful when I go back through the same hole not to snag my thread when I go through. I said it again. I said again because I did snag my thread, but I unsnagged it so that when I come up, I'll be on either side of this. On one side, and see, this that I just pulled through is on that side of the middle thread, and then I go on the other side of the thread, and then I have that one. Okay, let me take that off so I can try to get a good grip. Okay, I'll take my little semi-supports off so I can try to get a good grip. It won't be false, tricking me like it's tight, but it's really not. Okay, so when I turn over and look at it now in the back, that's loose. That's tight. But this side is loose. So I know that I gotta do some adjusting. So let me hold both ends of my string and see where the looseness is. I'll pull this one through. Oh, I see what happened. I pierced my, see there? Yep. I pierced my thread. So it was impossible for me to tighten it up. Now it'll tighten. See there? See, now it'll tighten up. When you pierce your thread, that's what I was saying, be careful, don't pierce that thread. It'll keep you from tightening up your signature. You don't want it so tight that it's gonna pull the holes back out it, but you want it tight enough to hold and not be slipping and moving around. Okay, so there you have it. Let me take off the pants. Okay, there's my second signature. Look like it'll be good to just have these just hanging out for now until I decide what I want to do with them. There's my second signature sewn in. There's the first one that I sewed in right there. And we have 2 in and 3 more to go. See you next time.